Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you hear me? Okay, good, or
Yeah, you sound good.
fuck? You turned suddenly so silent.
Okay,
Wait a second.
can you hear all of us, Darko? Because I can't hear you.
Yeah. I just that's very loud. Say something.
Ooh.
Something.
SOMETHING.
When I talk like this, do you hear me good? Do you
Yeah.
hear me?
Your
Yeah,
voice
Is it
is smooth,
you
Darko.
sound good, Darko.
is
Okay.
it sexy? Would you
Yeah.
call it?
I will call it sexy.
Mhm.
Okay,
I like it.
Like
I know
okay.
we have to do introduction and stuff, but I have something very pressing to ask. Like, when
We
did
can do it
spelling
later,
bees
yeah.
when did spelling bees become lame? Like, have you ever seen a grown-up person spelling bee before? Because like there's none whatsoever. Like, I just spelled out the word something and I feel pretty good about myself, but nobody gives a shit. After a certain age, nobody gives a shit. You can spell stuff out. Well,
People
wow.
care
I
more
have a
if you
question.
can't spell something.
So okay, so I was in the spelling bee for English.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I didn't think it was cool back then. So I don't think it was ever cool. So it never got to uncool because it was never cool to begin with.
Yeah, but
That's what I would say.
why do we have kids spelling bees and then we have like, where's the cutoff age? Like, yeah, man, I trained my whole life for these 4 years, and now I'm 8. I'm at the end of my career. Like, I'm retired from. I'm a retired spelling beer. All those good times. It's weird. It just disappears sometimes.
I also wonder, like, why the fuck does it have that name? Is it like were they at a competition or were they like,
I reckon
okay,
it's
spell
because
B
B is I don't know, it's like it sounds like the letter B and you spell it. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, someone is
that
like,
about
okay,
B?
spell B, and they're like,
oh shit,
can you define it? Can you give me a definition?
What?
Can you use it in a sentence?
The B goes buzz.
Spelling bee is like bee puns, We have a lot of bee puns, like jokes. They were on top of that since 1980s, like yeah, we're just spelling bee, or maybe like they were discussing and somebody got stung in the eye by a bee, and it was like, oh,
damn,
this is memorable enough. Let's just go with that. Spelling X, spelling T, spelling B. No, that one sucks. I don't know.
Darko, the thing says that you have your hand raised. Is there something you want to say?
Yeah, I want to try that thing out.
I didn't know this.
Oh, what? You can raise your hand?
Yeah.
Oh, and I can turn it off.
Why did you do that? I wanted to say something.
I imagine that power is like if there was a student in class who raised their hand and the teacher came up and slapped them and said no.
It puts it down.
You don't raise your hands around here, all right? Only farmers.
What's the time, miss?
Fuck.
Go away.
Go away.
Do I look like a farmer to you? So.
Okay, Darko, so did you hear the part of the conversation where we were talking about farmers?
Yeah.
Okay.
The time zones. Yeah.
Yeah. So you understand that farmers control time and space, right?
So they're basically
on the planet's orbit. Yeah, they are gods. Yes.
Exactly. Well, they make the food, so they keep everyone alive in the planet.
Yep, everyone.
Well, that's that's man. When you think about it, that's the hierarchy. It's not the politicians that are at the top.
No,
it's the farmers.
Yeah, they're like Man, they're like the Illuminati.
Yeah, that's basically right. I mean, I didn't get there, but basically,
Hiding in plain sight.
you know what I just realized? We are the only animals in this planet that eat food. Like everybody else eats whatever they need to eat to survive, but we eat food.
We eat fucking everything.
We eat food. It's not like raw meat. It's not like apples. It's food. And for some reason, like something about that is tripping me up right now. Like we need somebody to make food for us, or we die, right? Like I don't know. I don't know where I was going there.
Before we continue, I would just like to make a quick intro.
Yes.
Welcome to episode 20.
Welcome to episode 20. Wow, episode 20 special.
Exactly. Let's introduce ourselves quickly. I'm Darko from Austria. It's 11 o'clock, 11:11, and my time zone.
Woo! PM?
No, man.
AM?
Fuck. Yeah.
I'm Eduardo, and I'm from Puerto Rico, and it's 5:11 a.m. in the morning over here.
This is Rafa, and it's also 5 a.m. on the room next to Eduardo in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and today we have our
same time in both rooms.
And today we have our first guest.
Hello.
Woo! Thank you so
much. My name's Alex, and I'm from Australia, and it's 7:12 p.m. here. The minute just ticked over as I said that. So, yeah.
Wow.
Wait, how is that?
Farmers hard at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making that
it's
time.
quite dark outside.
Wow.
So,
when does the sun go under?
Poor, like 6.
That's a deep question there.
Do you mean
It depends on the farmers.
I'm sorry.
Today.
Yeah, today it went down to like 6:15, so about an hour ago.
Okay.
It's early, actually.
Yeah.
It's early for some.
Yeah.
I read
just getting out of winter.
time. Oh yeah. Now okay. I'm done. Thank you. Like, I can't even. I was gonna start about how I don't even understand why you and Darko have such different times, because I would think you guys are slightly near, but you know what? Now nothing makes sense. You just came out of winter. So.
Well, okay. Actually, you guys are closer.
Okay, I don't know.
When you look from the other side of the globe.
I need to see a map.
Yeah. You need to get a map.
I feel like I cannot imagine, like, I've seen where Australia is, but then as soon as I unsee it, I kind of forget. Like, I am not sure, like,
we're like directly
where
under
it
China,
goes.
I think.
Exactly.
That was what my vibe was.
Right lower corner.
Yeah. But if you look at, this is the thing that I was saying. If you look at a flat map, you're not looking at the world properly, because the world is a sphere. So it doesn't properly represent what's going on.
Exactly. So when you turn it around and look from the other side.
What if it's a sphere that doesn't represent?
Well, then I've got my whole world upside down, to be honest.
You know, I knew one of those rulers, like those rubber rulers that bend over, and then I can put it over the globe, and then I can know which country is farther from the other one.
Yeah.
Do you remember those? I always wanted one of those.
I remember the really long bendy pencils.
Oh yeah, completely useless I think, but then they would...
And then like giant rubbers, like ridiculously oversized rubbers.
Oh yeah. I had that in college.
And then people would like give it to each other and be like, "This is for rubbing out your huge mistakes because you're a mistake."
I remember there was one time I had one, and there were people walking in the front of the classroom, and I got the bright idea of throwing it because I was like, it's gonna hit in between them. It's gonna look really funny. And it hit one of them right on the side of the eye. And it just, and I think it hit him with like perfectly flat, so it made like a really loud sound and everything. And he just turned around. I was like, "Oh, I thought it would
be cool." Little did you know, it looked even cooler than cool.
Everyone respected you as a god from that day forth. You became one of the farmers.
From that day forth, you had dominance.
Rafa, have you been a bully in the past?
I think it was kind of like, I think it was kind of on both sides.
Apparently. Yesterday was a bully.
Are you bullying your brother?
In the future.
He pulled out a giant rubber and just started throwing it at people.
It's weird whenever it happens.
I just like, whenever I'm in traffic and I see someone in a motorcycle, I just throw them a big rubber. Get an actual car.
Oh, that's brilliant. Like, fix your mistakes and then you chuck it at them.
Yeah.
Do you also like I was just imagining, like, you take rubbers to sabotage people, like, you know, you go to a motorcycle and not just throw them at them, but also go when the motorcycle stands, you open the tank and fill it up with rubbers. I just fucked them up. Yeah. That would make no sense.
Oh shit! Damn, that's some chaotic shit right there. Like, no explanation or anything. My tank was just full of rubbers. Maybe I should change my way of life.
But man, rubbers actually, when I think about it, so if I would be the police, you know, when they throw down on the street this little how they have this thing they pull out to how to call it, flatten tires for races. Yeah, but now I'm thinking, you know, like when the when they drive over the hooks, you know, the tires just pew, and the air comes out and they're gone, right? And now I was thinking, when you throw rubbers on the street, there's like there's a friction, right? So like it's not gonna make a hole in the tire, but it's gonna make like a little blockade.
I'm pretty sure.
If
you drive over rubbers, like, it'll just start erasing your car, and you'll have nothing.
Oh shit! That's the scariest shit ever. Oh fuck!
Imagine have a rubber that can erase everything.
You just ride home and you have like half a tire and you're like, oh, so that's why I was jumping all over the road, like boom, 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 boom.
Half your car
could you erase half of the? Could you erase half of the ocean?
Yeah.
I imagine if you like throw it in the ocean, and just as it's sinking in the ocean, it is erasing.
But does it like just like, you know, proportionally to its size?
Yeah, and like whatever it just touches, it just erases. So it just drills a hole basically through the world.
Mm-hmm. It creates tsunamis because the water has to move to fill up the spot that is being erased.
If you like submerge it in the water, you hold it down in the water, then it becomes like a vacuum, or the water just starts filling in the space and
a vacuum. Just start erasing.
The tsunamis aren't really going in to fill up the water; they're going out. They're running away from the
water.
Away!
Yes. You know what my problem with this is, though, that where are we going to put all that like thing that comes out after you erase something, you know, because everywhere's gonna be filled out with that. I don't remember the name.
Like a little, it's the piece of rubber. It's like dirty rubber.
Little rubber.
dirty rubber. So dirty rubber everywhere. Dirty eraser everywhere.
And that'll become the new ocean.
That's how the
people have
world
to learn
ends.
how to surf on like dirty eraser. Yeah.
Dirty eraser.
But I feel like we would all die.
Okay.
That's your opinion.
No. Seriously. Like, just think about it. If you throw it into the ocean, then it goes to the core to the Earth, and it fills up the core of the Earth with water. It cools down the movement, like, so it freezes, right? So the spinning of the planet would stop at one point, probably in a couple of thousand years.
Uh-huh.
But then the planet would be like in the second Riddick movie, where like one side is turned to the sun and the other side is turned to the space, and so on. In the middle, it can survive.
That's a cool idea.
All right. Okay. So
Darko, I have a counter argument to your argument.
Okay. We're in discussion.
You forget about the farmers.
The water.
Yeah.
The water cannot get to the core to cool it because the core has been erased by the eraser.
Yeah, because it erases heat as well. So it erases everything.
Rafa, before we continue, are you maybe sitting away from the mic? Because like you are very silent on my side. All the other people I can hear very good.
I can put it closer. I can hold it closer.
Is that better, Darko?
Yeah, talk.
How does that sound, Darko?
It sounds a little bit better.
I cannot get it closer because it's like literally against my lip right now.
Okay,
so
did you not put it in your mouth?
What if you swallow it?
I could.
All right.
Well, okay, I handle that in post-production.
You know what? I like that idea that because if that's how it worked, I didn't know, but that the Earth has like an engine on it, and that's what keeps it going. It makes me think like, wow, what if every planet has like a little engine going inside of it, and then planets are like big machines that are just in space going around doing their stuff. One day we're maybe gonna have to like activate the Megazord Earth, like fight with other planets and stuff.
Rather than like machines, what if it's like one giant organism or like animal that we have to protect and not kill? Because the more we kill it, the less likely we are to survive.
But maybe we are here to make it stronger.
Nah.
If it survives us, it's gonna survive everything.
Oh,
think about that.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the opposite of the argument that we brought the other day, that it was making us stronger. Maybe we are making it stronger. I like that.
And then didn't we talk about once about like a galactic tournament where planets fight each other, or do you just imagine things?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So let me reiterate that idea just so Alex can get acquainted with it. The idea was that maybe nature wants us to be violent and to be like making all these weapons and all these things, because every so many thousand years we get locked, like the planet's gravity gets locked with another planet, and whichever like planet wins that battle gets to keep on going. So Earth is like our coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we are being
with nuclear wars.
Exactly. It's like we are being naturally selected to better ourselves so we can fight other alien races in other planets that will eventually confront us in this planet's battle royale that we have going on in space. Yeah. That's basically it. I mean, we didn't make any of this up. We know this. We're actually prophets.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Which crop do you guys farm?
Well, when we look at a head of cabbage, just with the right, oh my God, I don't have words in the morning. you lift
Yeah.
it up to the sun, right? And then you just let the sun go through it,
Okay.
and then you will know. You will know.
It's basically like a movie. You just put a cabbage to the sun and it just plays a movie.
It doesn't
Yes,
just
straight
become a
up.
warm
That's where-
cabbage. No.
No, that's where Kill Bill
Okay.
came
Of
from.
course not.
Can I wait?
Cabbage Patch
I'm gonna
Kids.
put my hand up.
Oh, go ahead.
There was something that I think Eduardo, you said it before, like when we were talking about the spelling bee. Hang on, wait. I don't want to put my hand down. I want to keep it up just while I'm talking, if that's right. About how it wasn't. No, wait. Rafa, you said that it was never cool as a kid, so it never became uncool. I was thinking, is there anything that like started out uncool when you're a kid and then became cool when you grow up? I'll put my hand down. I'm done.
Shit.
It's easy
The
for
first
me.
thing that came to my mind is English. Because when I was a kid, I was like, fuck, I don't want to learn another language. Like, Spanish is really difficult. And then I don't know how I learned English. And then I kind of knew it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take this one. Like, that other one's really difficult. So maybe, like, that would be, like, maybe, like, not the coolest thing that I can come up with. But the first thing that came to my mind that was definitely not interesting. And then I was like, yeah, I'll take this. This one doesn't have a lot of the rules that the other one has.
Yeah, it's a pretty good answer.
First thing that I thought about was porridge, and I feel really bad about it.
That's actually a pretty good one as well.
But like, because I don't even think porridge is cool anymore or anything. But
porridge is pretty warm.
It's
porridge.
Sorry, that's a bad joke.
Yeah, it's just like water and rice. Actually, and what I was thinking was oatmeal. Actually, I thought porridge, but I was thinking oatmeal. So that's how my mind's operating right now.
Yeah, porridge has never really done it for me, to be honest.
No, me neither. I had it for the first time when I went to China. So, and I was like, "What? This is just water with some dirty rice like laying on it." Okay.
Hey, Darko, what was the one that came to your head straight away?
Onions.
Onions.
Okay.
But when I was a kid, I hated onions, man. I really didn't like it. But at one point, it just changed, and then seriously, like now I'm really appreciating the beauty and just the taste and the smell like of a fucking onion, man.
Did you say the beauty? Did you just say the beauty?
Yes, I think onions have a particular appealing design, from design aspect. Because like onion, there's literally no core. There's just like layers.
No,
and it's such a fantastic metaphor also for life or for yourself. Where you pull down your layers, or like one layer after another after another, until
everyone's crying.
And then you die.
And then right.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
You pull down your layers and someone eats them. Okay, I like that.
Do you guys know like the onion technique?
No.
I don't.
But if you poke out your eyes, you won't cry when you're cutting the onions.
Oh, wow.
If you poke out your eye, you have to put an onion as a change in it. So you have all this onion in your head.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, go on. Okay, what's the onion rule?
Actually,
the onion technique, that's something they teach your kids in the kindergarten. Where, when you go outside, I don't know if you know that, when for example, you never know what kind of weather it's going to be. So you have like multiple layers on. And if it's hot, you just remove a couple of layers. And if it's cold, you put on a couple of layers.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's called the onion technique.
Oh.
If you didn't know, that was actually.
I didn't even know that had a name.
I thought you meant that when you grab an onion and you put it to the sun, and then you put it next to your ear, you can listen to the sounds of life. But
I mean, there are also other techniques where you can weaponize onions, but
if you put them in somebody's motorbike,
it's classified.
It becomes a weapon.
But
oh man, who put these onions in my motorbike?
Oh no!
Oh, not again!
I feel like we're gonna lose all our biker audience. All right,
we won't discriminate.
All those people in our audience.
Speedboats as well.
Bad. I have a funny onion story. I just want to share that one.
Go ahead.
So, at one point when my feelings for onion changed, and I
fell in love with onions.
Bro, fuck! You don't know how much I love onions. There's actually a video, and it's pretty
Have
romantic.
You ever, eaten an onion whole?
Shit.
Yeah, I know it sounds. Bro, okay, that's actually a different onion story that I wanted to tell. So there was this time in Kunyushan where it was my first term there, and I was talking about onions, and how much I love them. And my friend, I was during dinner, and my friend next to me, Joseph, he was like, I was like, man, I love onions, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, how much do you love them? I love them ridiculously much, He's like, would you eat one raw? Like, yeah. He's like, and would you be okay if I film it and we play some music in the background? I'm like, yeah.
All right.
And so he's like a videographer, he does like some video from music videos and stuff like that. And so I was also like, I don't know how it actually really came to it, so one day he went and bought an onion, and we met in his room, and there were a couple other people there,
we met in
two other friends. And what we did was, what we did was this: we put a candle in the background.
Yeah.
We put a candle in the background, and he was filming with the camera, and I had at that time a mustache because of like our other story. And so what we did was like a love story between an onion and a mustache.
And the mustache.
Yeah. So I basically just see my mouth and the onion, and in the background very white music and the candle.
And
wow,
that
did you eat it? Did you eat the onion?
Oh man, it wouldn't have been a great movie without me eating it. Man, I was not just eating the onion, man. I had to first romance the onion. I had to be gentle to it and love it, and I had to really, but it was like fucking acting extra class because I had to go in it and feel like I really feel.
Don't cry, Darko. It's alright.
Man, that was intense, man. So that was like acting. I don't want to say like, I don't want to brag, but I think I would have earned a Grammy for that. Is a Grammy actually a video thing? Not. It's a music thing, right?
This is fine. You can have a Grammy.
Whatever.
You can
like, okay,
I feel like I never imagined,
bro,
that
like
someone would eat an onion raw.
Fuck. I'm gonna search for the video. And
you have to now.
And
there was one time I saw someone like eating a lemon, and I remember like my brain just kind of like glitching because I was like, what am I like? This seems wrong. So now I feel like I'm in a similar spot with like the onion, because I'm like, holy shit, what? Do you at least like take like that outer like peel off? Or does that not matter?
Yeah.
Of course, he took it down. He took it down slowly.
Fuck! I could have incorporated that. No, I did not. Fuck! That would have been a fantastic scene.
And the thing about that is that you can't just kind of like softly peel it, you gotta like tear it. So it's gonna be like I don't know. Some people would
BDSM
be
with an
into it.
onion.
I don't know if that particular onion was
Depending on the mood. Depending on the
Yeah.
mood. But that evening, with Barry White, this was more like sensitive moment.
I see. Maybe it's better that it already had the peel off.
That's quite.
Yeah, okay.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Though.
Yeah, that's actually a completely different story that I want to share, but it doesn't matter. Okay.
I feel like you've raised the bar, so I don't know if the other story would.
I think he raised the bar of things being cool
Compete.
when you're an adult
Yeah.
and not as a kid.
Maybe overdoing
If you went
it.
to young Darko and said, one day you're going to fall in love with an onion and you're going to gently caress it and then eat it, what would that young Darko say?
Oh,
fuck off.
You would be like, possible? Oh, fuck. I know myself well enough to know, like, if a future version of myself would come and tell me some fucking crazy story, I would be like, yeah, that's in the realm of possibilities.
Sounds like something I would do. I would eat a deer's antlers completely
But I hate
whole. I would do that.
onions. I don't want to do it. That's funny.
Onions are good.
Okay, which are your favorite foods? Okay, do you have a favorite food you would make a love video
Bananas.
But also, yeah,
that's it.
Oh, what's the
gotta
cool
say,
thing? For me, it's like,
what is the?
I don't know. There seems to be a common theme of foods because I was going to say
I feel
broccoli.
like you now need to finish that statement about bananas.
Broccoli's pretty cool. I mean, they're like little trees. They look funny. I think they're cool.
Now it's cool.
Yeah.
And they're apparently good for you and stuff. So
I had a similar experience with cauliflower. That I remember my mom had to like force me to eat it, and then now grown up, I just like eat them without.
I'm the one that like takes all the broccoli when there's like vegetables cooked for the family, and then like we have to pick out our food. I'm like, I want all the broccoli, and everyone's else like, no, I want one. So, but when I was a kid, I hated broccoli.
You're like
yeah.
broccoli thief, broccoli hoarder. And everybody has to come to you, sir, please. Could have some broccoli? My family hasn't eaten. You know,
they're like little trees. I want them. That's exactly how it goes.
Yeah. I have a question. Is there something in your life which, for the first moment when you interacted with it, till now, it's just stayed consistently fucking great?
Oof.
Yeah. Something you loved from the first moment and, like, very little kid, and you just till today, you fucking love it still. I still love
it. I don't remember. I just got an email from iCloud-ID- blah 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 bunch of bullshit. My Apple account that I don't have from my iPhone that I don't have has been hacked, or maybe I got a receipt. Oh, thank you.
Is it our email?
No, it's just some bullshit phishing emails that I get it. Well, everybody gets it.
You should go after.
Do exactly what they want you to do. That'll trick them.
Yeah, maybe later.
You should send them the link to this podcast.
I lost what I was going to say. Anyway, I wanted to answer your question, Darko. For me,
yes,
it's just like scuba diving. I still talk about that. Like it's one of my favorite things, and I don't do it like almost at all. But I did it, and I was like, okay, this is perfect for me, and I don't care about anything. I always love scuba diving.
I only got into it last year, right when I came back from China. Actually, I I did my open water 20 course, and oh my god, it's like a whole beautiful different world under the water. It's so amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is about, like, we're talking about our timekeepers and saviors, the farmers. Well, like over there, time is something different, like you don't. I remember every time I go for like 45 minutes, it feels like 2 minutes, I just get there and it's like, oh shit, it's over. What the hell just happened? It's like going to another world, time zone, everything.
I totally agree with
It's
that.
really awesome.
Sounds cool, man.
Dang, I feel like you raised the standard.
This is what we do in Officially Casually. Raise the Officially Casually standard.
Mm-hmm.
And answer phishing emails so they don't feel like I'm denying them.
They might be lonely.
Or ignoring them. They might just
I don't
get
want them
sad.
to feel bad. I don't want them to feel bad
That's funny.
wherever they come.
Have you seen?
So for me, something that has not changed is cookies and cream ice cream.
You're my man. You're my man.
Dang, dude, I have a very specific memory of so when I was a kid, I used to live in a 15-story building, and in the street right across the building there was a supermarket, and right in front of the supermarket there was a Chinese food restaurant. So I remember one time my mom picked me up from school. We went to the supermarket, and then we parked right in front of the supermarket so we could buy some Chinese food. Within the time that my mom got off the car and went to buy the Chinese food and came back, I had like a whole one of those big boxes of ice cream, like the gallon size ones, and I basically found a spoon on the car and ate the whole thing of cookies and cream ice cream within that time. And then my mom came in and she was like, "Did you eat the whole thing?" And I was like, "No." And I looked down and it was empty. And I was like, "Wow, that's good." And I still wasn't full or anything. I was like, it was just, I don't know, it was just good. It was just good thing. So yeah,
Cookies
it
and
never
cream.
and it has never really been bad. There's places that make shit cookies and cream ice cream.
Taco,
but
would
that's
you
their
eat
fault,
onion
not
ice
the
cream?
ice cream.
Oh,
I would definitely try it. I don't know if it would be consistent with it, but yeah.
I think it must exist. We should find you some eventually.
We should
I've
make
seen-
some.
I've seen some from corn that wasn't bad,
Corn
so I
ice
would
cream.
imagine you could
That's
make some good
interesting.
stuff with onion.
I was like, okay. When you ask that question,
What's your
I'm
thing,
like,
Alex?
immediately certain things pop into my head, like, yeah, broccoli.
Broccoli.
No, like, I don't know. I could say like kung fu or Lego. I've always loved Lego. Lego is something I really enjoy. But I don't know. It's something
Mhm.
that like
Lego
Mhm.
is a good one.
I reckon I couldn't deal without, or like something that's always felt really brilliant to me is that point where you laugh so hard that you're like you can't breathe and you're crying on the ground. That's something that feeling is incredible.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Laughing out loud.
Yeah, the feeling of dying of
Yeah, that's right.
abdominal pain through laughter.
Yeah. And you can't breathe in,
Yeah.
like
Where
you're
you
wheezing.
suffocate because you can't breathe.
Can't breathe.
Do
Oh,
you remember the first time you
that's a
had
very
that?
good question. Nah, I don't think I could remember the
I
first
don't.
time.
I remember mine. I don't know why, but was the context about it. But I remember when I had my first, how to call it, case of really fucking laughing so hard that you're almost gonna die because there's like no air coming in; it's just going out.
That's it. That's the medical
Asphyxiation.
term for it, actually.
It's comedic
Like,
asphyxiation.
It's like
Right.
fuck. It's like fuck. Dying because of that?
I wonder if there's some, like, in some place in the world, someone has been accused of murder because they made someone laugh so hard that they just, like, died.
Manslaughter. No, wait. If you okay, wait. Everyone, right now, type out or like write out manslaughter. The word.
Yes, I know where you're going with this.
Oh!
Man, laughter. Oh my God.
So I think every case of manslaughter is actually the case of someone killing someone else by making them laugh to death.
Out of laughter. Oh my God, my life is a lie. I can't
Man,
believe this.
I was just imagine assassin coming, or like and he's coming to you, and or like executioner, and you're like no, stop it. And he's like, you want another joke, man? Huh? You want?
No, please. I can't have it
Yeah. Well, why did the
anymore.
chicken cross
I
the
have
road?
a family, for God's sake.
He's like. Just imagine coming. He's like,
The guy's
knock,
replying like
knock.
crying. Who's there?
Wow.
And he's like, no! And he cannot resist. He's like, you have to resist. Fuck! What's there? What's there?
Who is it? I love that.
I pictured all of this, but with like the traditional, I guess traditional like
Yeah.
executioner outfit. You know, the dude with like the
He
axe
just walks up
and like the
knock.
bag on the head or whatever it is they usually cover the head. Yeah, and starts tickling your feet.
Oh my God.
Time to die, heretic.
Man,
Tickle.
as I was talking, I was imagining actually like a dark alley, you know, where, you know, like you just go by your day, normal evening, you just came out of the cinema, whatever, and you walk down this dark street, and then someone from behind is like,
where am I?
sneaking up, and he's like, knock, knock.
It's like you don't turn around. Who's there? Shaking.
Yeah. So, no, and it just like put the fingers in your ear, just like, no, cannot listen.
Don't tell me a joke.
The way you explained this, Darko,
Yeah,
sounds like Batman's origin story.
yeah, it's actually something. As I was talking about, I was like, yeah, that's totally ripped off.
Maybe that's why he doesn't laugh.
Yeah, there you go. Because he killed his parents.
Man,
Maybe they were coming out of Dave Chappelle's like Netflix special, and they just laugh out loud. Died out loud.
Batman is such a fucking great, you know, story in general. Like everything, just fucking everything, man.
Okay, I have a question, but I don't even know exactly how I would answer. But which animal, if you could be an animal, which animal would you be? But wait, based on what job that animal would have if we had a society like Zootopia. So like in Zootopia, each animal has like kind of their job. Well, they have multiple jobs, but imagine if like depending on how the animal is, they have to do something in this society. Which animal would you be? Like, for example, the squirrel is like a hoarder, right? So he works in the
I would be a
storage
wolf.
industry.
And then, yeah, a wolf would either be like a hunt,
be a
like I don't know, someone,
what's your job?
either a security guard or like someone who hunts down people.
No, I think
People, right?
wolf,
it will be people. That's the interesting.
I wonder if a wolf would be more like a cult, because they're always like hanging out in like groups and like they're packs. So maybe they're more like religious, like cults and stuff like that.
Actually, I think wolves also will be kind of like very messy assassins, because it would be like, just kill this guy. Let me tell my friends. And everybody's like, he killed him.
100% of the
everybody knows where he is,
people that they're told to get, but they also get caught 100% of the time. So it's a bit of a trade-off. Yeah, so mercenary.
Okay, so kind of like a mercenary, disposable mercenary,
which is fucking cool.
Okay, what else do we have? Any other takers? I have to think for myself.
Yeah, I'm a little bit torn apart between two animals.
Go ahead.
On one side,
what the heck?
Like, do dragons count?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they were fucking amazing, just like fly around. At the same time, like you're very elegant, but at the same time, you just fucking wreck shit down, like fucking mountains.
I feel like dragons will be like just monarchs. Like they just came into the world with all this, and they're actually just knobby assholes because they came into the world with all this power, and they don't have to do anything for it.
Yeah, I would imagine like dragons would work in a like, let's say it's like overpopulated with dragons and all shit. Let's say, and that dragons of different sizes, whatever. I would imagine the dragons have like a particular job of like firefighting, maybe, like sometimes they fight fire, right? Energy production by burning coal or just like pumping fire into something else and heat up water and making like steam. So steam engines. Imagine steam engines and little dragons in there. It's like heating up the shit. Yeah.
Okay, I like that actually, fire, because actual animals don't deal with fire, so it's good that we have one that does. Okay.
That was a thing. And the other thing I'm trying to party with, like, I also fucking love rabbits, man. Rabbits.
all they do is have sex.
What the hell would rabbits do?
Well, be porn stars, bro.
Like...
Yes.
Exactly. So you'd be a porn star, is what you're saying.
Fucking around in my carrot.
When you said dragons, like the first thing that came to my mind was
that
airlines, like planes that would carry people.
There's another dragon. Like if it crosses past another dragon, they have to fight, and all the passengers get thrown off.
They just have to, right?
There's only one flight allowed in the whole planet. That's because whenever there's a second one of them doesn't make it.
Oh god.
I would be like, I was thinking like a glow bug, because I want to be in charge of electricity for some reason. So
what's that?
It's like a yeah, exactly. I just want to be a farmer, but in animal form.
Glow bugs are like,
how do you spell it?
GLOW bug.
I would call it a firefly.
The little insects that
a
shine
glow
in the dark.
bug. Ah, got you. I didn't understand.
That's exactly the word. That's the actual name. Thank you. I was like, I'm just gonna sell it as glow bug, see what happens. Because I don't really
confusion.
Firefly. Yeah. So maybe that like a firefly in charge of electricity and the lighting of the city or something.
You would be like a shitty LED lamp.
He'd be supercharged.
What?
Yeah, man, fireflies, they don't have a lot.
If you get enough
they're
of them,
beautiful,
though,
but the charge, and they don't have a lot of
no
energy. how many? Like 7.8 trillion
yeah.
gazillions?
It's like, bro, I'll just
Here's the dragon.
shoot some fire,
talking,
and then you can
talking
see.
down the poor
Here we
ages away.
go. Dragons being dragons.
And then everyone's burning and like, oh, why'd you do that?
Just dragons being dragons. I have my own airline.
But I could imagine fireflies working, let's say a handful, always like a meter, let's say like 2 meters distance on the airport. The lines, the landing lines.
Hey, that's
I can live with that
my
one.
father's job.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's a good one.
They could also be like traffic lights.
He's in charge of everything that's electricity, you
true.
see. Like, it's all of this and more. He has all the power.
Rafa.
Does it mean he would you live in your cell phone? They're like pixels.
They're all like cramped in there. It's like there's a huge movement to free the fireflies because they're being treated unfairly.
They're gonna.
I don't know what I would pick for me. The first thing that came to my mind was the mantis shrimp.
Yeah, those things are. Yeah, you would be.
A really funny video that I saw once.
You'll be a boxer. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and that's kind of like. Yeah, and that's kind of like what I thought that they would be boxers, but that doesn't sound like. I don't know.
Like,
it doesn't
super
sound like
colorful, and they can see in like
for me. So I wondered like what else would they do.
Yeah.
Oh, shit! Yeah, maybe they would be like painters or something like that.
They also give massages, which is also a nice job.
Damn, those would
break
be some
all
really
your
rough
bones, and then you won't feel the pain of your muscles anymore.
Okay, so.
Hey, I have a different question. Alex, you're from Australia, and I've never been there, but what I feel for people, like basically everything can kill you there.
It's
yeah, that's what they
How are you alive?
Deadliness.
That's what Darko was wondering.
Can you enlighten us on the animal situation?
Most places in the world, right? There are like big animals with like sharp teeth that could like, I don't know, bite your head off. Yeah, in Australia you don't get that. It's more like really small animals that can kill you. Everything down here is like venomous, and if it bites you, it stings, and then it's what they inject that kills you. So spiders and snakes mainly are the things that are the most dangerous in Australia, and there's like heaps of them. So that's probably why everyone's so afraid of them. But then there's also like if you go swimming in the ocean, I suppose there are things that can bite you in Australia, like sharks. Those are big ones that people are afraid of. I'm pretty scared of sharks. but then.
Yeah,
bite a leg or two off, you know. But then the more dangerous things that are in the oceans are small. Like there's something called a blue-ringed octopus, which is like tiny. It's like half the size of your hand, and it's super venomous. Like if it bites you, you're gone. Basically, there's no hope.
Do you guys have like
yeah. Most of the people here would know how to treat a spider bite or a snake bite. Like the main thing that you do is you get something to put pressure on like the limb that you've been bitten on. So you can get bandages, or if you get a shirt wouldn't really do much good, but if you get a good bandage, you can wrap it up, and then you go to the hospital and you get an injection of antivenom, which is pretty effective. Like I don't think people have died from a spider bite or a snake bite very recently, because the response is generally pretty good.
I have a question now. Like the bandage part doesn't mean you cover. So let's say it bites me in my hand. Do I then make pressure around the arm that poison cannot flow through the veins? Is that
no, Darko?
It becomes
the
in your
bandage
hand.
goes where your hand used to be because they cut it off.
Yeah.
But there's this can you educate me in this one, because I think you know it, there is this thing.
No.
I've seen it in movies or whatever cartoons in the past that when a snake bites you
don't do that.
suck it out with your mouth. But I think then you get the poison into your system orally.
With a spider bite, for example, is you don't actually wash the wound at all. Like if you try and suck it out, or if you even wash it with water, you're essentially killing yourself, because what you need to do is you wrap the bandage on the bite and then up the arm so that it stops the venom flowing towards your heart. And then when you go to the hospital, they take a test of whatever bit you, because it leaves behind some of the venom essentially at the area. And then they know what antivenom to give you, and then you'd be fine within a couple of days. Yeah, they wouldn't know which antivenom to give you. So I think they can give you a general antivenom, but
they wouldn't
if it's something like a funnel web spider where it's strong enough to kill you within a couple of hours if you don't get help, then it might not. But they might need the specific one to actually save you. So if you wash it, you're condemning yourself. Yeah, same goes for snakes. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. The same goes for snakes.
And then go up the limb and have it at reasonable pressure
over the biting thing, and then cover up the limb.
That's the hard part. Not much.
What you gonna do if it bites in your neck?
Yeah. I think the most important thing is to relax, because as soon as you get stressed, your whole body amps up and fluids move faster, and so it will kill you quicker. So if you sit down and just don't do anything other than tell someone to get help, then that's kind of the best you can do.
Holy shit, can you imagine that? Just hey, Jerry, a big ass spider just bit my toe. Please get help.
And I'm trying not to get too stressed, but I can't see anything right now.
So. Oh yeah, okay, now I can see. Thanks.
Everybody's like, that was weird. Why I have that?
But the thing
anyway,
is, you're not very likely to get, especially if it's a spider, you're not very likely to get bitten in the neck. Most often, what happens is spiders crawl into people's shoes, and then they put on the shoe, and then it bites them on the toe. I've had that happen to me. So a good trick is to check your shoes before you put your shoes on. No, you don't put your hand in. That kind of defeats.
Elaborate. You would not dip your. hand.
I generally press down on the top of the shoe, so that if anything's in there, it's it doesn't get crushed, but it's kind of whoa, what's going on here? My whole home is being I want to get out of here now. Yeah. And then
I just moved in there.
So basically, you just want the insect to have, the invertebrate to have
and then a big foot comes in
crisis. My world is caving down on me. What is going on?
I'm gonna bite it. No, if it's something that you're really not if it's been left outside for a number of days and you're fairly certain it might have a spider in it, then I would go get a torch and actually try and have a look inside to see if there's something in there. Otherwise, if I'm otherwise, if I was certain that it's all right, then I would just kind of
that torch.
Shake it around and see if anything crawls out. A fire torch.
So have you guys thought about putting your shoes?
Fire torch.
Oh.
Yeah, because we say flashlight instead of torch.
That's funny.
And when you said torch, we just thought about like fire.
Oh yeah, bite you.
Actually, when you said torch, I was like,
We
damn,
hold
you've
the
been
shoe over the fire
downplaying
and we're like,
yourself.
"Get out,"
You're
or,
bringing
you
out
know,
like
you're gonna
fire
burn.
to deal with this shit.
Wait, what was your question, Eduardo?
Maybe we should just move along. I was just gonna ask if you guys have thought about putting your shoes in
I haven't thought of that,
refrigerators.
but I might do that. Yeah.
Freezing the shit out of it.
Why?
If it's a really hot day, then it keeps the feet cool.
Just
as
trying
well.
to give my 2 cents, you know. The insects away or invertebrate.
Oh, I see your idea. Yeah, I guess that would not be a bad idea. Just leave your shoes in the fridge.
Yeah, your stinky food.
That's
It's all,
like
but it's fine.
that's pretty much why people say everything can kill you. The other thing is like
You
most
could
of the
also put it in
furry
the bag.
animals, like the friendly looking ones, they have really sharp claws, so they will scratch you. So you can't. It's
God
pretty.
damn.
pretty
Why?
harsh
Why
down
does
here.
everything there need to like be so weaponized?
It needs to survive. It's a battle royale.
Most of the people also have like
Battle royale island.
if you like
damn.
threaten someone, they'll
I mean,
like
why is
grow really
everybody
sharp
so
teeth
violent in
and they'll
Puerto
start
Rico?
chewing you to death. They turn into kangaroos and they can run really really fast and like so don't mess with them.
Yeah, I
Like
remember.
kangaroos do, yeah. If you get too close, they lean on their tail and
Do they
they
really
kick
box?
with their feet. It's quite dangerous. You don't want to get hit by that. Yeah, they probably do. But I mean, their hands
do they-
aren't like
But
huge, so
do they use their hands?
they would probably more tend to use their feet.
Like,
Only
so
if
imagine
they-
getting a slap from a kangaroo.
Yeah,
It's like,
They're like-
bitch.
yeah, they've kind of got small hands.
Exactly, we little
But there's some
hands.
funny like home videos of like people who are standing next to a creek, and then a kangaroo like just comes up behind them and then like jump kicks them into the water. Yeah.
Put them in.
Damn.
Fuck animals, man. You have to appreciate
Just
them.
a
They have
home
a sense of humor.
video. Just a home
That's like a
video of a kangaroo kicking me into the water. I love it.
And I feel like in Australia, of all places.
Yeah,
like,
the ocean's
hey,
worse.
if you thought land was bad, here, have some water.
I have like a chronic fear of the ocean, to be honest.
Oh shit. You know, actually, going back to what Darko said, that animals are awesome. I was just thinking about that. Like kangaroos are fast, strong, like they can do a bunch of shit. Like, and that's
Jump.
both animals. You know, they can jump, they can push you into creeks for comedic value, and
They come with little pockets.
yeah, they come with little pockets actually. And yeah, most animals are like really fucking strong. Like a bear, yeah, it's big and strong, but it can also run like fucking 50 miles an hour or some shit like that. An alligator, yeah, it can like go underwater, but it can also like rip a car down to shreds with its maw. It's like,
Dude, and for whatever reason, alligators have the capability of spin, where they can like start spinning like crazy. Like, why the fuck would you? I feel like when I think about this kind of stuff, I'm like, and people say, "Oh, it's because of evolution." I'm like, why? What the fuck do you ever have to fight in which you need to develop a skill like that you need to like be able to spin really fast?
Fuck, man. Just.
And I remember seeing a video of like a guy like that, his hand got stuck.
Yeah.
And the thing started spinning, and it just like absolutely destroyed like all the bones. Like the arm became rubber, basically.
Fuck.
And it's like, holy shit!
broken already.
Why? Oh, it's to break the bones. No,
Well,
no.
like the bite is already strong enough to bloody.
I'm pretty
like,
sure they would have.
you can't
figured
open the
something
jaw of an
else out.
alligator
No,
once
that's
it's
what they
Damn.
bitten
figured
down
out.
because it like locks.
Alligators know physics. Done.
Man, animals are fucking dangerous.
Not even the alligator can open it again, so they just need to get a new one.
It's lockdown.
You know, probably every animal, like every other animal, could
Yeah,
kill us.
probably.
You know,
I'm
a
just
human.
imagining.
Bro,
In
imagine
one-on-one
Let's go, Duncan,
fighting,
yeah.
I think probably almost every other animal could kill a human.
imagine I just want to say, like, imagine getting a fist from a silverback gorilla. Like, you know, getting a
I
really
think what you're
fucking
telling us to
strong, just
imagine
like
is
a hook
death.
or
God
something.
Damn,
Just like
dude.
It's over. It's over.
I feel like even a high five would destroy your hand.
Exactly.
Can you feel the impact?
Imagine you die. Okay, yes, that's it.
Fuck, guys, I have a question. Like that. Now that we talked a couple times about death in this this episode and all this shit,
Yeah.
which would be the worst way? Fuck, should I ask a question for yourself? The worst way of dying, or
I think straight up worst is like
the
burning
best
to
way
death.
of
That would
dying?
be excruciatingly
Can
painful.
both, like, you know, either way is good.
Yeah. Drowning would be terrible.
Ooh,
Or
fuck.
drowning.
It's always water or fire. Drowning
Yeah,
or
holy shit. Yeah. I think the other one that I can think of would be like being like buried alive, but that
Oh my
I feel like that's basically like drowning, you know, that's
it is drowning.
you're
Suffocating.
dying from the same you're dying from the same thing.
Oh,
Laughing
God,
too
we
hard.
talked about
It's like the elements, man. It's the elements like earth, fire, water, what's the other one?
Air.
And air. I guess lack of air.
Man.
Dirty.
Fuck. Look. I think it has to do with the things where I work. You know, like in my past and all in the fabrics.
Yeah.
You know, when you work with metal and all this shit.
Yeah, lovely.
They're like machines. You know, where they come together and stamp and cut things.
Oh,
and like,
holy
you know,
shit!
and shredders.
Oh,
and shredders and all the fuck. And for me, like, I think I heard in the past, you know, like when there was like no safety precautions when machines the first time came up, like in plastic engineering and all that stuff, that, you know, that one guy was cleaning a machine and he from down and then he went under it and then went with the head up and it was like the wrong fucking moment where the machine just closed and just smashed his head.
Damn. And they used to have like kids like inside the machines like to fix them and all that kind of shit.
Fuck.
So god
Loose
damn,
hands.
A lot of kids.
Yeah,
loose hands. You know what? Actually, I just realized
Yeah, that's a
something.
good
There's
point.
like worse ways of dying for the person and worse ways of dying for the watchers, you know? Because that person that got his head snapped, maybe he didn't feel anything almost, you know?
Yeah.
But
It's gone.
for us, it just looks like yeesh, like some deadly ass shit.
I had a boss who was telling us a story that he used to work in a mine somewhere in Canada, and he told us that they had like a sign that basically said one of those, I guess, like classical signs of, hey, no
Jesus.
deaths have happened in
That's the most
however many
defeating sign
days.
ever. Why would you want
And
that?
he
should
said that it never went
people
like past a week, basically.
what the heck?
So
That's
it
not
was like,
motivational at all.
yeah.
I'd be like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You have to change it even once. It's like, well, better take this sign off, you know. It only works when it says 0 days, you know, or never. Actually, we should put that in all our companies. Nobody has ever died here. Wouldn't that get people pumped?
Success.
Like 1 year without nobody dying in our company. Also, what did you do? Like, no, we just like make games. But nobody's died.
Fuck. Oh man, we had one time. a couple of years ago, we had the accident in our company where I don't know if you're familiar with plastic injection molding.
No, I don't know what it is.
No, this basically I don't know the English terms I forgot the English terms, but basically like imagine like plastic granulates, like the little plastic balls dropping down into it's like basically like a cannon. It looks like a cannon, with a thing in there that spins and transports the plastic to the front before it injection to a mold, whatever, and it heats up the plastic for 200-300 degrees. And there are some plastics which develop gas, which, if it's under pressure and it can just fucking explode. And there was like one time a guy, he bent over it because the plastic didn't come out in the front because inside the metal was broken. So it closed up the front and that way it couldn't release the pressure. And he was opening the back and looking in it and the plastic just fucking shot out of it. And it happened one time where it was close, people they pulled the thing and the plastic was shooting out of it and it went just against the ceiling, and the ceiling is like 10-12 meters high, and just like molten plastic on the ceiling still there, at the thing. But that day it went into the face of the other guy and it went up in his nose, and they had to cut up his nose and remove it, and fucking that's
holy shit, because the plastic is basically like water at that point, so it would like sink in there, right?
When you burn plastic, it gets fucking horrible. Fucking horrible.
God damn, dude.
And you get burned, your face is completely burnt, and it goes inside, and he's like now 30% invalid because of that. Because it went also into the eyes, shit, and of course he closed the eyes at the moment, and he was lucky he had glasses on. Fucking he's like he has to carry. How do you say? Do you say carry glasses?
That's allowed.
Wearing glasses.
Thank you.
I mean, you can carry them if you want to. It's fine.
I guess you carry them in your face.
Yeah, man. So they're like things, when you work in a company, man, shit that people don't know from the outside, where shit can go really fucking wrong.
And for my way to die that I would prefer, I don't know, I have this image of like falling from the stratosphere and just melting into space particles, just like seeing the world in its
shit, that'd be cool,
in its flat or rounded beauty, whatever it is, and be like, well, this is it, and then I would just explode, I guess, eventually, or slam on the floor, whatever happens first. I don't care.
I think if you come from if you come from orbit into the planet, you would not make it to the ground.
No.
So yeah.
So
you become a wishing star.
Yeah, I just want to fall for long enough for me to like make peace with the fact that I'm just going to disintegrate, and then it can happen, So
and then disintegrate right then.
Yeah,
not be like a slow disintegration.
No,
just like gone
quickly.
Yeah,
man,
I can see that.
You become a shooting star, man. That would be fucking beautiful.
People will make wishes on you.
I'm similar with the death thing. I would love. My way of dying would be in many years when I have just like, let's say, a couple of weeks left to live and I know it, go to space and just enjoy for the last hours or whatever space and stars, and then slowly the oxygen is running out of my suit, slowly falling asleep.
There you go.
And that way
I think falling is quite nice. I like that idea.
I would love to go with that.
It's maybe the free from a building. Jeez.
From buildings. You can fall for many things. Yeah, like.
God damn.
Funny
But
from like a third
very
floor
high,
and just dying
very,
from a
very
mouse
high.
of question.
Like,
That's the way I want to go.
I don't know. However high a
like
plane
Burj
can
Khalifa.
fly,
That's a fucking high
I
spot, man.
suppose.
How very, very
They can
high.
fly pretty low. That's true. But ideally not very low. I don't know. From somewhere very high,
They can fly
it would
pretty
be
low too.
quite freeing to just be falling.
We should.
With the second, but when you fall, I feel it feels like very uncomfortable if you don't have like glasses on, because of the
I
wind
would close
pressure.
my eyes.
And your like cheeks are like all
Yeah, you
blown
can.
up
Why not?
We
because of all the air.
then.
Enjoy the
Yeah.
feeling of it.
Just let it go.
But then
You
you
know-
cannot enjoy it.
Yeah. Just don't think about it.
You
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 can-
can imagine it in your head until you don't imagine it anymore.
And the ground coming fucking closer and
Yeah.
closer.
They
You can't
Embracing
see it, so it doesn't matter.
embracing planet Earth, man. I'm coming, baby.
I just imagine like they put
Take
a
me.
catapult on the top of Mount Everest. It's like, well, going away high. Like
That
you
sounds
go up
awesome.
Mount Everest, which is
I like
super
that.
hard, and then they just put you in a catapult and it just slings and that's it. It's over. You made it. Goodbye.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
dude.
wait to go.
I feel like people would pay good money for that. Just this is the way I want to go.
Mm-hmm. And they do something amazing, which is climb Mount Everest, which a lot of people can do now, apparently. And then they just
Someone's
go.
just mountaineering and
They
they
become
come over
far
this one
deeper.
mountain thing. They're
Only
like,
there's
oh, look
gonna
at
be
this
a
beautiful
valley of
sunset.
death.
Oh my
wherever that
god,
catapult
what
ends.
is that?
Whatever.
It's just piles and piles of bodies. That's even worse. This is like the side of a mountain where they don't even like land on the ground. They just go straight.
Exact.
It's a very large painting.
Oh shit. And we can very, very abstract art.
If people pay extra,
And
they
then they
can
fling
get
the
on the
remains.
catapult at the base of
God
Mount
damn.
Everest, and that will send you up to the upper catapult.
Yeah.
Rafa, do you have a favorite way? Or like an ideal?
I think I would just do sleep, just like
Classic
easing
one.
into it.
I like it.
Yeah, just easy.
Yeah, but speaking of that, actually one of my scariest shit in my life is like dying because of a gas
You
leak.
never wake up, yeah.
Like that's one of my biggest paranoias. Like you're sleeping and there's like gas leaking a little bit and then you just die because you lose oxygen. I mean
Dude,
that I guess it's relaxed, but that shit scares the crap out of me. I'm
you
paranoid as
know,
fuck.
I was just in like a week long class of essentially like energy healing and Reiki and all that kind of stuff, and they were talking about this technology that essentially it's a computer that can read kind of like your energy and tell you what's kind of like going, what are kind of like your ailments and all that kind of stuff, and I won't get too much into that technology, but they were telling us this story about a guy who was getting like a really bad migraine, and they scanned him with the computer, and the computer said, hey, you're suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning. And if he would have gone to the hospital, they would have been like, oh, maybe it's just like stress or whatever. Hey, here, have some pills. And the computer was like, no, this is carbon monoxide. And they were like, what the fuck could the carbon monoxide be from? And it turned out that his car had a little hole in the bottom, so the exhaust was coming into the car without him noticing.
Oh shit.
And he was like basically like a day away from dying from it had he continued like driving around on it. So it's like gas, like dying from that kind of stuff is so strange in the sense that it's so undetectable, so easily undetectable, that we have to forcibly put odors and or color on gases that we have in homes, just so you have some kind of signal that the gas is leaking. Because otherwise, naturally, like a lot of the gases that we use at homes, if they leak, you just get fucked because there would be no way for you to know.
And this is just another way we suck compared to animals. Because believe me, a dog would be like, "Hey, I gotta get the fuck out of here. There's
Fuck out of
something-
here, yeah.
Fuck this shit. Woo! Gotta get out." But humans is like, okay, I think I'll just die now.
Yeah.
Without even knowing.
My gas stove is not opening. Let me light a match.
Fuck.
That's life and that's death.
I
This
think
is
that's
how we
a.
do it best.
I think that's a nice way to finish the episode, man. On a nice note.
We all
To
need
kill the episode, you could
Fuck.
say.
To end it.
To end the ending.
All right,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
That was awesome speaking with you guys today. It's been a while. Alex, it was amazing speaking
Yeah,
with you. It was
that
really
went
cool.
so much better than I thought. It's
Well,
gonna
thank you.
be 4 people together. I thought it's gonna be more maybe chaotic, but it balanced
at all.
itself out.
Yeah, we are experts at this, apparently. That was really
Are
good.
Well, yeah, thank you very much for having me. This was really,
We're
really
not,
fun.
actually. Our last
It was-
episode would say otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to hear from you as well.
Fucking love it. Yeah, man.
I'm
Alex,
waiting
man, it
for
was
it, though.
fucking amazing hearing
Don't
you
worry.
again, man. I still want to slap you.
If you come, I'll introduce you to my pet kangaroo, and
No,
he'll slap you.
no slapping. No.
No, I've never ridden a kangaroo. I'm pretty sure it would kill me if I did that.
Did you ever ride it?
A kangaroo?
Yeah.
Man, would you like to sit into it in its pouch?
That's it.
I mean, I would do it. I would do it.
It's supposed to be like disgusting in that thing, like
It doesn't
wet
matter.
and I mean, I'm just you're right. It doesn't matter. We're nasty, man.
Just go with nature, man. Go with fucking nature.
I loved it.
Okay. Fucking awesome, man. And that was our first guest,
great
man.
episode.
Fucking loved it.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
great.
Very good. Thank you for doing our
Yeah.
second
20th
the 20th episode with
Yeah.
us. Thank you for joining.
I was thinking
Ooh.
that we are 4 people and it's 20, so that would be like 5 times 4. So for the 30, we need 6 people. Just we have to just keep growing it exponentially. Wait, is that right?
Man.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
people listening will be just like fucking
What the fuck?
confused.
Wait,
We
we'll
should
get
get-
to
we should also
episode
get
40.
We need to get some
We should also get people who do not speak English.
Ah, yes.
chickens
Like Russians.
and a cat.
Yeah, maybe a little goat, maybe an actual farmer from
Fuck, I love
Peru.
goats, man. I love goats. I want to have 2.
Goats are amazing, and they have the devil's
They
eyes.
are. Oh man. Goats are really cool.
What
Okay,
the fuck
sorry,
is
guys.
going
Okay.
on?
If anyone wants to send us questions, what was the email?
That's how we roll, Alex. Okay, man, get used to it.
I see someone
Alright.
over
Yeah, I
here
listened
hasn't
to, like, the
listened to our
first
whole
5.
episodes.
And then I got sidetracked.
Alex, by the way, did you
Very
ever
good.
listen to one of our episodes?
Yeah, I did. It was actually really funny hearing you and Rafa talking. Every time I listen to it, I wish I was there to talk as
Did you
well.
enjoy
So
it?
I'm happy that I'm here now.
Thank you.
I hope so. I had a blast. Thank you very much.
Fucking cool, man. Yeah,
Love
definitely
you.
gonna have you back at one point.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Love you.
That's
Bye bye.
officially casually. Don't
Robert.
smell gas.
Love you. Oh fuck. Okay. That's it.
Animals are better than humans.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Sharks will kill you, but so
Hey, give us speaking gigs. Well paid
US
speaking gigs.
Oh yeah, exactly. We are looking for gigs to talk, just like we did right now, or we can say some profound stuff. We can talk about stuff that's profound. We'll make it up as we go.
Yep.
And yeah, if you got gigs for us, just hit us up on the email that we never actually say. We just put it on the description.
Wait,
So-
we have an email.
Yeah, we have.
Yes, send it
Since
there.
once.
You'll figure it out.
Cool. Okay. Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Take care.